So when I woke up this morning and I seen all them posts about the debate, the way them posts came across was like, yo, Kamala got busy and tore Trump up. I actually seen a post that said that. Barack Obama actually posted something, I think, on Twitter, or it could have been but it was a page representing themselves as Barack Obama. Something similar to that effect. But I didn't really think in my mind. So just off going off what people said, I didn't think in my mind that happened. Like, and that's not shitting on Kamala. I just feel like Trump will say whatever is necessary. To get just as even. Without further ado, we're just going to jump into it.
There is no audience here tonight in this hall at the National Constitution.
I would like to know who chose not to have the audience. Who chose for the audience to not be there?
Center. This is an intimate setting for two candidates who have never met.
President Trump won the coin toss. He chose to deliver the final closing statement of the evening. Vice President Harris selected the podium to the right.
So let's now welcome the candidates to the stage. Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yeah, let's get it going fast. Let's get it going.
Kamala Harris. Let's have a good debate.
See, have fun.
Thank you.
Welcome to you both. It's wonderful to have you. It's an honor to have you both here tonight.
Good evening. We are looking forward to a spirited and thoughtful debate.
So let's get started.
Spirited
I want
and
to begin
thoughtful,
tonight with
gang.
the issue that voters repeatedly say is their number one issue, and that is the economy and the cost of living in this country. Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage here tonight often asks his supporters, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid, and I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing, and the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We know that young families need support to raise their children, and I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car seat, buy clothes for their children. My passion, one of them, is small businesses. My mother raised my sister and me, but there was a woman who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to give a 50.
Damn, Kamala, you had two moms? That's crazy. Nah, I'm fuck around. Jesus, Dutch. Yo, hurry up and sponsor me, Dutch Master. We ain't playing, man. Alright. Kamala got some stuff. If y'all elect her, what she said she was doing?
$50,000 tax deduction to start up small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy.
Small businesses.
My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America.
Now, when Kamala said that, right, I thought to myself, how often does the rich not get richer? How often does a candidate for anything in political office tell the people, hey, we ain't looking out for the big people no more. We ain't on the side of big corporations. We ain't on the side of big money getting the deals and the tax cuts. We gonna help you. What? Let's see something real quick. I don't know if I could pull it up. Is it still, can we still see that online? Google, can you show me who has donated the most money to Kamala Harris so far? Billions backing Trump and Kamala Harris. This is okay, this is Bloomberg. Let's see. I kind of want a list. Billionaires take sides as turbulent. What can we find out here first, gang? Among ultra rich, Trump comes down on, whoa. Come on, don't do this to us. Don't do this. I'm not subscribing to nothing, gang. I'm not subscribing. Can I get the article? I'm not subscribing to a goddamn thing. Save now. What the you see? Hold on, gang. Alright. Well, if you're watching this, I would like to know who all has really given the candidates the most money. No, there's all type of shit that say, well, a person can't be given this, a person can't be given this. There's a whole bunch of that shit, right? But we all know, if you enter politics at all type of money is being exchanged over the table, under the table. You would not be a fool to think right now that both of them might tell you some lies. That both of them might get money from the same people. It's definitely some people who donated to both. And the people that donated to both definitely probably feeling like they're going to get the same results no matter who get in there. Chances are you watching the video, you are not one of you watching the video, you're not one of these people. But they fuck around be speaking to somebody that might watch this video on Twitch or YouTube or anywhere else where you might see a clip or something. They speaking to us. They just ain't getting no bread from us, no real money. And you know how we work in a capitalist society. Motherfucker listen to who giving them the money, they boss. We might be a little too shallow for love to really be love. You know, love ain't even love without money. These might be facts.
America's deficit. My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump's sales tax, which would be a 20% tax on everyday goods that you rely on to get through the month. Economists have said that Trump sales tax would actually result for middle-class families in about $4,000 more a year because of his policies and his ideas about what should be the backs of middle-class people paying for tax cuts for billionaires.
President Trump, I'll give you 2 minutes.
First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows that. We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off because there was so much money they can't.
Okay, he's like, hey, look, I be coming up with other shit. Some of y'all might remember when Trump was doing that, when he was president. And a lot of people predict, like, don't do it. That, because then it's going to happen and then you're going to have, fractured relationships with these. And Trump was like, why? America got to, hold on, gang. Because there are some big businesses that move jobs overseas and then send things back over here. There's a lot of shit going on that a lot of the small people don't recognize and realize. People like me. We don't got time to think about that shit, man. Life hard as fuck. Poor. Struggling. They making all the big boy moves over there. But Trump said, hey, now remember I did this? I did this when I was president. We raked in billions of dollars. In fact, when y'all took office, y'all ain't even change it up. Y'all raked in the billions of dollars.
It would totally destroy everything that they've set out to do. They're taking in billions of dollars from China and other places they've left the tariffs on. When I had it, I had tariffs, and yet I had no inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history. We were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60, 70, and 80% higher than they were just a few years ago. This has been a disaster for...
Hold on. Let me also just add this in there. Google. Wasn't there just a scandal with the Kroger's CEO putting inflation prices on stuff before it was inflation? Okay. Well, Google asked me, they're like, did you mean this or whatever the case may be? But, you know, I like to talk and ask Google what I like to ask Google. Kroger executive admits company gouged prices above, well, let's see what this, above inflation. Above inflation. Okay. True or not, I'm pretty sure we all can agree that sometimes big business do little shady things to get even bigger and bring in even more money and swallow up even more companies and just... Sometimes some of these topics that these candidates talk about, they know what time it is. They just know we, the average person, the small guy, we want to hear about how we can get more. How can we get to the top? Gotta pay attention to what you're being fed.
For people, for the middle class, but for every class. On top of that, we have millions of people pouring into our country from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums, and they're coming in and they're taking jobs that are occupied right now by African Americans and Hispanics, and also unions. Unions are going to be affected very soon. And
there are a lot of people out here who, there are a lot of Americans, there are a lot of born and raised Americans here that's probably struggling, and there's probably a job out there that, yes, an immigrant has taken, and maybe we'll take less, and maybe we can figure this out off the books. That is an actual thing that is happening. And when we start talking about big business again, who the fuck don't want an employee that you could pay less that might work harder? Shit, technically, we fuck around want a motherfucker to work free and still work hard. Like slavery. Slavery was a business. I always say that. Slavery was a business.
you see what's happening. You see what's happening with towns throughout the United States. You look at Springfield, Ohio. You look at Aurora in Colorado. They are taking over the towns. They're taking over buildings. They're going in violently. These are the people that Xi and Biden led into our country, and they're destroying our country. They're dangerous. They're at the highest level of criminality, and we have to get them out. We have to get them out fast. I created one of the greatest economies.
I'm not sure. Look, I'm not in agreement with really what Trump said. I think people who do wrong, and this is coming from somebody who has a history, right? You suffer punishment. Of course, there should be consequences. If there are people who may be considered of the criminal element or bad actors and characters. Yeah, motherfucker, now hold on, gang. You gotta tell me, we got enough issues over here. You might need to take that back to, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere, not here. But then there are others who can't be treated in that way. The real issue is, how do you build a system that can accommodate making sound decisions when it comes to shit like that? How? We covered the story that he talked about. I think that was in Colorado, where they said the Venezuela gang or something was trying to extort people for rent money and taking over the... And I ain't really believe. I'm like, what the... Because it don't even like... Bloods and Crips ain't even really been doing that. Yo, you know, we taking over the building. We gonna get the rent money here. Like, they didn't buy the building? Wait, did the Venezuelan gang buy the building and collect rent? Or they just was like, told the landlord, like, yo, you can't get rent no more. Or, yo, you gotta pay us a little extra plus. So the landlord gonna get his. We can't stop that, but you gonna have to pay even more to us just to be... This ain't a... Well, hold, what the fuck is that? Imagine if that was happening to you in your projects. By any gang.
In the history of our country, I'll do it again and even better.
We are going to get to immigration and border security during this debate, but I would like to let Vice President Harris respond on the economy here.
Well,
all right, gang, yo. What I'm getting now is this going to be a lot of dancing. What do I mean by dancing? I don't think nobody gonna really stick to exactly what the question is or what's going on. I think, hey man, I don't know. We really watching this the first time together.